Season 1, Episode 1. Hi, it's Stephanie and Mike from thisiscolorado.net.
Hey there.
Welcome to the podcast created by Coloradans for people who love Colorado.
This week we're going to be talking about news, like current events. And so far we have found a pretty good little article by Lene Covington from the Westward. And it is titled 11 Boozy Colorado Christmas Gift Ideas. Or to keep for yourself for your own holiday table. The one that Stephanie chose was
the AD Laws 4-grain straight bourbon from Laws Whiskey House, because I am a whiskey girl.
Second that.
Right on. You're a whiskey girl too?
Yes, I sure am.
Word.
I love whiskey
Learn
girls.
something new every day.
Yep. And the second that we picked was the Christmas Ale by Breckenridge Brewery.
And why was this so cool?
Because it's 1.3 gallon can, and it's got a tap on it. So it's very similar to a Heineken keg, only it's a Breckenridge Brewery keg can.
And it looks so festive.
And it looks like a Christmas tree with lights and stuff on it. So it looks better to me than the Heineken keg can does.
Nice. There's also some wine selections. There's even an organic gin selection on the list. So if you're interested, head on over to our show page for this episode and check out the show notes. We'll have the links there for you. All right, moving along, we found another article that made us giggle from I'm From Denver, titled 20 Things Only a True Colorado Native Can Relate To. So Mike, what's the first one that you thought was funny?
That we eat ice cream in the wintertime, even though it's just as cold outside as the ice cream is.
Probably colder.
Probably right, but there's been too many times where, we'll go out to dinner and then it's like, ooh, let's go get ice cream. Well, it's the dead of winter and it's already cold out, but yet we'll still go get ice cream.
Hey, you know what? You're bundled up, you're fine. Usually when you've got enough layers on anyway, it doesn't matter how cold it is outside, you're hot. So
exactly.
Ice cream always sounds good. Not gonna lie.
Exactly.
It'll snow 5 inches and you don't expect school to be canceled.
Both of us growing up in Jefferson County, we didn't get many snow days, and it didn't matter if it snowed 5 inches or a foot. We were always expected to go to school. These kids today don't know how easy they have it, because it seems like they're always getting snow days, and I'm like, where was these when we were kids?
Right?
We never got them.
Yeah, my kids already had a couple, so I can attest to that.
Jealous.
You have no accent at all, but can hear other people's, and then you make fun of them.
I call people out on their accents all the time.
Hey, where are you from?
It's just fun, People say we have an accent, but we don't have an accent.
I don't hear
It's
an
our
accent.
lack of accent.
Yes.
Your sense of direction is towards the mountains, away and towards the mountains. I'm sorry.
That's fantastic. You think that May is a totally normal month for a blizzard?
Stranger things have happened here in Colorado.
Trying to plan your birthday party around May is ridiculously hard.
Very similar to planning your birthday party around Halloween. You always have to have a jacket underneath your costume.
Not quite sure. Are we going to have an inside party or an outside party? We have contingency plans.
Exactly.
All right, let's see what else.
You know what the Continental Divide is?
Duh.
But who doesn't? I mean, that's just common knowledge. But I love it.
You don't think Coors beer is that big a deal?
Nope.
Nope, sure don't. Let's see what else. You actually know that South Park is a real place, not just a dumb show on TV. I would have to argue that it's not really a dumb show.
I'm going to say, I don't think it's a dumb show either. And I love the fact that it takes place in Colorado.
Yeah.
And I do have family that live near South Park, so it's totally legit.
Right? We've been up camping. It's fun. Let's see. Let's see, what was the other one? You know what a trust fund hippie is. And you know its natural habitat is boulder, aspen, crested butte, and telluride. Fantastic.
You know you're talking to a fellow Coloradan when they call it Elitch's, not Six Flags.
I'm not going to call it Six Flags. Six Flags swooped in, purchased it up, and then they destroyed all the garden part of Elitch's, because it used to be Elitch Gardens.
Yep.
Now it's just an amusement park. It's still fun.
It's actually back to Elitch's now. Six Flags was not making any money, so they sold it back, and now it's Elitch's again.
Poor marketing on their part.
Still not the same as the original Elitch's, but we'll take it because it doesn't say Six Flags.
When people back east tell you they have mountains in their state too, you just laugh.
Yeah. Waking up in Colorado and you see the Rockies, you're like, yeah, most other states don't get
No, absolutely not. And you go anywhere else on the planet and the air feels sticky and you notice the sky is no longer blue.
It's gray.
Yeah, I can absolutely attest to that. When I go anywhere else on Earth, the air is too thick. There's too much of it. I'm suffocating and I can't breathe.
Right?
Take me back home to my non-existent air.
And you're always sticky and sweaty. Like, it just happens and it's so gross.
Ew, sick. Alright, so anyway, our feature for this episode is going to be all about Red Rocks. So when I think of Red Rocks, the first things that come to mind is all the concerts and shows I've seen there. Heart and Journey was a memorable appearance, and the list definitely goes on. It's a great venue to experience. What I didn't realize is that there's more than just awesome music. From eating at Shiprock Grill to checking out historic trading posts. From fitness events and hiking to private gatherings such as weddings. Red Rocks Park and Amphitheater offers variety of recreation options to drive-through sightseers, family picnickers, nature lovers, outdoor exercise enthusiasts, and all other walks of life.
The geology is just as distinctive and expansive as the park's history. So I'll start there. Red Rocks is a unique location inside of a transitional zone where the Great Plains meet the Rocky Mountains. There are 868 expansive acres of pines, prairies, geological wonders, and spectacular vistas, all located at 6,400 feet above sea level. In this diverse environment, you will find an accumulation of plants and animals from both regions. The Red Rocks Amphitheater is a geological phenomenon and was once listed among the 7 wonders of the world as the only naturally occurring, acoustically perfect amphitheater. Let that sink in really quick. Near the amphitheater, you have Creation Rock, Ship Rock, formerly the Titanic, and Stage Rock. Creation Rock and Stage Rock are both 300-foot monoliths that...
Really awesome.
Yeah, are really awesome. The park boasts a 200-mile panoramic view of Denver and the plains. On a clear day, even the tent-like domes of DIA, Denver International Airport, which is 40 miles away, are visible. This view can be experienced throughout the extensive hiking trails and natural scenic views around the geological formations.
An eccentric park like Red Rocks could only have a history to match. In the 1880s and 1890s, the park was known as the Garden of the Angels and offered burro rides into picnic sites and hawked for refreshments from vending stands. In the 1880s and 90s... Yeah, I got it.
Local... Anyways, and hawked refreshments from their vending stands. Stairs and ladders made the steep rocks and caves accessible, even to fashionable ladies in the long skirts of the day. Hiking among the park's outcrops was a favorite outing.
John Brisbane Walker purchased the site in 1906 and renamed it the Garden of the Titans. Walker enhanced this tourist destination with a railway to the top of Mount Morrison and built or improved carriage roads and trails among the rock outcrops. From 1906 to 1928, when Red Rocks Park was purchased by the city of Denver, he worked tirelessly to promote the foothills in the Morrison area as a destination for tourists and a haven where weary city dwellers could refresh themselves. Walker was particularly intrigued by the acoustic qualities of the natural amphitheater between the park's 2 tallest monoliths, and promoted a plan to develop a more formal amphitheater capable of seating 10,000 people.
After Denver bought this Park of the Red Rocks, the city immediately began building miles of scenic roads and contemplating a huge amphitheater. The scenic roads capitalized on the park's natural features, providing spectacular views. In 1931, Denver built the Indian Concession House, designed in the Pueblo Revival style and known as the Trading Post.
In 1927, George Cranmer, manager of Denver Parks, convinced the city of Denver to purchase the area of Red Rocks from Walker for the price of $54,000 $133. Cranmer convinced the mayor of Denver, Ben Stapleton, to build on the foundation laid by Walker. By enlisting the help of the federally sponsored Civilian Conservation Corps and the Work Projects Administration, labor and materials were provided for the venture. In 1935, 3 camps were established in the mountain parks, and one was specifically intended to work on the long-sought amphitheater. Planning began in earnest, and Denver architect Burnham Hoyt designed the amphitheater with an emphasis on preserving the natural beauty of the area. By 1936, the plans were completed, construction was underway. Men stationed at the Mount Morrison and Genesee camps worked on the amphitheater until it was completed and turned over to the city. It was dedicated on June 15, 1941. In 1947, the first annual Easter sunrise took place.
A lightning strike in April of 2007 carved a crack in the top of Ship Rock. Because of concerns that the 12-ton block would fall into the new visitor center, experts decided to break it up into smaller chunks, which then fell harmlessly below. Ship Rock, the park's second highest, is now about a foot or two shorter than its stats indicate. On January 27, 2012, Red Rocks Park hosted the first winter concert in the amphitheater's 75-year history. The sold-out event featured performances by Atmosphere in Common and was sponsored by the Icelandic Ski Company. Fortunately, the weather mostly cooperated, and no major snowstorms crashed the party. The date it was open was June 15, 1941. The amphitheater's seating capacity is 9,525.
Elevation is steady at 6,450 feet. Now, gradual earth movement slowly raised the great sandstone ledges from the prehistoric ocean floor to form the walls of the amphitheater. Within these walls is contained a record book of the ages, as nearby dinosaur tracks tell of the Jurassic period of 160 million years ago. Fossil fragments of the giant 40-foot sea serpent Plesiosaur and the marine reptile Mosasaurus and flying reptile captivate students and geologists alike. Some of the rock formations in Red Rocks slope as much as 90 degrees, while others tilt backwards.
In the spring, you can find chiming bells and sandy lily wildflowers, as well as flowering shrubs like yucca, wild plum, and hawthorn, among others. You might spot a few birds, as the western mourning dove, western sparrowhawk, and the red-naped sapsuckers. If you'd like to experience some of Red Rock's nature, I encourage you to go on a hike. The main trail within the park is the Trading Post Loop, which begins west of the Trading Post, runs south through the park, and returns to the parking lot east of the Trading Post. Part of the trail follows old roads through the park, winding among the rock formations and displaying the excellent views.
Red-naped sapsucker.
Yeah, red-naped sapsuckers. That was weird.
The other stuff to do at Red Rocks. So the first thing we found was Friends of the Red Rocks, which was pretty cool in its origin. So the last Saturday of each month brings with it the Friends of Red Rocks Cleanup, a cooperative gathering to cleanse and rebuild the venue of the contaminants and where it accrues. Orange bags and happy volunteers spot the valleys and rocks surrounding the amphitheater, a site of community restoration and progress. Most cleanup events offer special projects in cooperation with the park rangers. Projects can include construction, weed mitigation, and trail maintenance. The end of the month's cleanup start at 9:30 a.m. For more information, go to friendsofredrocks.org.
There's also Film on the Rocks, which is a collaborative production of the Denver Film Society and Denver Arts and Venues, and was created to provide an affordable opportunity for the community to enjoy films and live entertainment at Red Rocks Amphitheater. Bands and comedians start the evening, followed by a mix of cult classic and popular films. The first film screened in the program was Francis Ford Coppola's The Godfather in 2012. Check to see the 2016 schedule is up yet at redrocks.com. Doors open at 6:30. Bands begin playing at 6:50, and the movie starts at dusk. Tickets are $12.25 for general admission. higher on the day of the show of the Red Rocks at the Red Rocks box office. VIP peak packages begin at $37 a person.
The Red Rocks Fitness Challenge is a 12-week fitness program that takes place at Red Rocks Amphitheater and various Denver parks and recreation locations, April 18th through July 11th. The challenge includes 5 workouts per week and a pre- and post-fitness assessment. Participants will meet at Red Rocks Amphitheater Saturday mornings from 7 to 8. Tuesday and Thursday morning and evening weekday workouts will also be available at select Denver parks and recreation locations. The goal of the challenge is to improve the participants' health and wellness through education and inspiration. With Red Rocks, a team of Denver's best certified personal trainers and a lifestyle coach, challengers will be provided group personal training sessions and professional nutrition and lifestyle coaching. Meal plans, at-home workouts, and additional inspiration also provided on the Red Rocks Fitness Challenge Facebook page and participant newsletter. For more information, go to fitness.redrocksonline.com/RRFC or check out the show notes for this episode at thisiscolorado.net.
If that level of commitment is not in store for you, there's also yoga on the rocks. Participants are required to sign a liability and release waiver to participate in yoga on the rocks. To avoid delays, please bring your signed copy of to the gate along with your ticket. If you are under the age of 18, you must have a parent or guardian sign the waiver on your behalf. After the event, visit the top plaza for goodies from participating sponsors. $1 per admission will go to the Whole Planet Foundation. Whole Planet's Foundation's mission is poverty alleviation through microcredit in communities around the world that supply Whole Food Market stores with products. For more information, check out WholeFoodPlanetFoundation.com.org. A special note: tickets for Yoga on the Rocks are available online only. No drop-in sales at the door. For tickets questions, call the front gate tickets 1-888-512-7469.
Private group tours for 10 or more are available by calling 303-697-6910.
We should do that sometime.
That sounds fun. Tours depart from the merchandise counter inside Red Rocks Visitor Center and include interactive educational displays featuring the geologic and music history of Red Rocks, an Amazing Performers Hall of Fame display, free screening of Oscar winner Donna Dewey's documentary, and best of Red Rocks concert footage. You'll also learn about the geology, wildlife, and history of the surrounding park, open daily 9 to 4.
Red Rocks offers a variety of food and beverage options, from 5-course meals at the Shiprock Grill or a cappuccino at the Trading Post. The Shiprock Grill is located in the Red Rocks Visitor Center and is open daily from 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. On concert nights, guests must have a ticket to the show, and reservations are highly recommended. Visit the Shiprock Grill page for additional information and menu.
Red Rocks Park is 15 miles west of Denver on I-70, exit 259, which is the Morrison and Red Rocks Park exit. All right, so when it comes to Red Rocks, what kind of problems can you foresee?
I can definitely see, if you're not used to the altitude in Colorado, going up another, 800 feet, 900 feet, could definitely, actually that's more like 1,100 feet.
Yeah.
It could definitely cause some problems for you. Headaches, stomach aches might make you feel like you're vomiting.
Weakness, tiredness, feeling dizzy, maybe even appearing confused or not walking straight. So if you notice any of those symptoms in you yourself or a friend, take a minute, sit down, chill out, relax, because it's not going to go away instantly. You need a couple minutes to recoup.
And just going to Red Rocks, walking from your car to the stage is not an easy trek.
Right. If you're not in the greatest of health, or if you've got...
And it doesn't really matter where you park. It's going to be a hike either in or back out. So please just take water with you.
Take water for sure. Wear decent shoes. I mean, Next time I see someone walking in heels on Red Rocks, I'm probably going to point and laugh because you look like an idiot.
Or sandals, for that matter, because the terrain just definitely doesn't call for heels or sandals.
You need some good shoes, so don't be one of those people we laugh at, all right?
And in the summer times, it does get really hot up there, so like we said, just to double up on the fact, make sure you got plenty of water.
Right. So, also, the weather changes because it's right against the foothills, and that weather, the air rushes down the side of the mountains pretty quick. It can change things within 5 minutes. So, definitely pay attention to the weather report, but just in case, always make sure you bring a poncho in case it rains, and a decent hoodie.
Yes.
You can always take a layer off, but you can't always add an additional layer. So, bring it with you.
So, basically, pack in, pack out. Don't leave any trash. You take it in there, take it back out with you. Don't mess with the juniper berries or the juniper trees.
Yeah, if you're going to a concert, for sure, don't drink too much alcohol too quickly.
Because the altitude will affect you, especially if you're not used to it.
Right? You need to head up a little bit early so you can acclimate to the elevation change. So go pregame it in the parking lot. Have a great time. Chill out. Take it easy. Don't rush. There are more bathrooms at the bottom of the stage area than there are at the top of the amphitheater. The top of the amphitheater generally has the porta potties there, but if you're like me, you'd rather have a real potty.
And the only porta potties that I know that are in the parking lots are in the top lot. So the other lots, you've got the lower lots and then the even lower lots.
If
and they don't have porta potties.
If you're parking at the top lot, by the time you get to the amphitheater, you're going to need to pee. So you should probably pee before you start that hike.
Exactly.
Yeah, so let's check out the 2016 concert season. We have coming up.
So far, we've got a couple that really stick out in our minds just when we see this. So the first one we see is The Devil Makes Three and Shaky Graves, which is bluegrass music, on Friday, May 27th. Big Head Todd and the Monsters, and then Dwight Yoakam is probably opening for them as well. And that's on Saturday, June 11th. And that's more of a 90s rock, Bakersfield country type of music.
And then 21 Pilots on Tuesday and Wednesday, July 12th through 13th, which listed genre is rappy pop rock. So chew on that one. Figure out what that means.
Yeah, take that one in for what it is. We're not really sure how to figure that one out. Rappy pop rock.
Rappy pop rock.
So that's kind of awkward.
Awesome. Right on. Well, thanks for listening to This is Colorado. Feedback and suggestions are welcomed and encouraged at the website.
If you want, you can look us up on our profile pages at Mike Lilia at thisiscolorado.net.
And Stephanie Parker. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good one, and we'll talk to you soon.
Later.
Bye. Thisiscolorado.net, helping you create a day to remember.
We are always interested in what you, the listeners, have to say. If you'd like to share your experiences, adventures, destinations, unique Colorado eats, or people causing positive change who are passionate about what they do, tell us more at thisiscolorado.net or leave us a message at 720-733-1231 and we might feature it on an upcoming episode.
When you do what you've always done, you'll get what you always got.
If you found value in this episode, do us a favor and tell a friend. Completing our listener survey is a great way to give us feedback.
All of our links from this episode are in the show notes or at thisiscolorado.net. From one Coloradan to the next, this is Mike and Steph saying, keep it colorful, Colorado.